Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is December 4th and I wanted to do a video on the monoliths that have been appearing. We had one appear in Utah, another one in Romania, and then a third one in Southern California. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I do have a couple of dates written down because the dates are quite interesting. But before I get into that, I wanted to thank you for coming back to my channel. If you're interested in, unsolved crimes, mysteries, things of that nature, tarot cards, please consider liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I have forgotten to mention in my last couple of videos that I do private tarot readings. So if you are interested in anything like that, please feel free to, comment in the comment section below, and we could set something up. That is fine. I do those as well. But I do thank you guys for coming back and subscribing and commenting, because I do try to read all of the comments. I don't always respond right away, but I try to respond to everyone. So thank you for that. Okay, so for today's reading, I have a couple of tarot decks out. I pulled the steampunk tarot deck simply because of the imagery, and I thought that really went well with the monolith, to be honest with you, just that metal kind of decor. So I thought that was an interesting deck to go with. And then of course I have my all-time favorite, the Everyday Witches Tarot. I like the images on that tarot deck as well. So as far as these monoliths are concerned, it's kind of interesting. We've had 3 of them, as far as I know. So I'm recording this at 11 p.m. on December 4th, Friday. And as far as I know, there's only been 3, which is a lot, really, when you think about it. But the first one was in Utah, and it was discovered on November 18th. And it was taken down on November 27th. Now, it was taken down, I believe, by 4 men who were captured on video, who I believe were taking it down for environmental reasons, okay? So we do know in that case how it was removed, and I don't know if they know the identity of those 4 men specifically, but we do have an idea of how it was removed, right? However, on the very same day, in Romania, on November 27th, one appeared there. Now, it wasn't exactly identical, but it was a monolith. Okay, it was a monolith, but it wasn't the exact same one. I don't think it was identical. It's not like one magically disappeared and it showed up in Romania. It just coincidentally showed up in Romania, and I don't believe in coincidences, so I will say that. That one vanished December 2nd. Just so happens again, December 2nd, the third one shows up in Southern California. I think it was located at the top of Pine Mountain, if I'm not mistaken. And we know that one was taken down on December 3rd. Now, I read an article where it was a group of men who traveled for 5 hours from wherever they lived to that monolith, and they took it down and they replaced it with a wooden cross. So I don't know, whatever. But anyway, 2 of those we know were taken down by men, okay? So I don't know how the Romanian one was dismantled and removed. I don't know if anybody has come forward with any video or any kind of knowledge of who may have went and taken that one down. But we know that the other 2 were in fact taken down by regular human beings, men, I don't believe that there's any connection between the people who took them down and the people who put them there to begin with, okay? I think that that's a completely different scenario. The Utah one, it sounds like the people who were responsible for removing it and dismantling it did not want it. It was more for, I feel like it was more for environmental ecosystem type reasoning behind it, okay? So I understand that. And it was illegally placed, if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of understand that, but I don't think that they're the same people that put it there to begin with, okay? Now, what is the purpose behind them? Okay, is this a tribute to the sci-fi film, The Space Odyssey? Is this a hoax? Is this something to do with religion? Is it, is it aliens? There's all sorts of theories out there. One theory that is interesting is perhaps it's an art statement. It's an art piece. And that leads me to another article, which I will link everything below, of an artist named John Mccracken. So John Mccracken, and I'll insert some of his photos in at this point, was a sculptor, and he sculpted, I'm going to say monoliths because that's what they look like. I don't know if that's what he actually called them, but he made these things and they look exactly like the monoliths that have been popping up in different places. So a lot of people are like, okay, well, maybe this is an art thing, and there's some connection between these monoliths and this artist who made these sculptures that look just like them. However, John Mccracken passed away in 2011 at the age of 76. So that would make it kind of challenging for him to have these placed just recently. Now, that doesn't mean that he could have communicated with someone and planned for this to be done. That's a possibility. I will say that I came across an article where somebody in the media reached out to his son. He has a son, okay, and his name is Patrick Mccracken. They reached out to his son, and they did a phone interview with him, and this is what he said. So I'm going to read this paragraph. It says, "The artist's son, Patrick Mccracken, remains completely puzzled by the monolith, but when he heard the news, he thought back to an evening in May 2002 when his father was living in New Mexico in a small house overlooking a mesa. He said, quote, "We were standing outside looking at the stars, and he said something to the effect of that he would like to leave his artwork in remote places to be discovered later," end quote. He recalled in a phone interview. So this man is saying that his father had mentioned something like leaving his artwork in some remote place and then having people discover it or come upon it later on. So is this something that his father collaborated on with someone else? That means that someone else is probably the one responsible for putting it up. So there's that theory, there's that possible connection. Another thing is that I did run across a Reddit article where Reddit sleuths have investigated by using Google Earth and Google Maps, and apparently they went back to that area and in that time frame tried to see when they could see this monolith being in that area. And apparently they have come out and said that they think that the monolith in Utah, okay, so not the one in Romania or the one in Southern California, but the one in Utah, they suspect had been placed there between the months of August 2015 through July of 2016. So that's like about a year, okay? So they think it was put in there in that time frame. That means that monolith in Utah has been there for about 5 years, okay? Is that a possibility? I guess it is. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on that as well, because on one hand I'm reading that it's a very remote location and a very tough location to access on foot. The only reason that the monolith was discovered on November 18th was because people were in helicopters, and I think that they were herding sheep or something to do with that. And they looked down and they happened to see it, and that's when it was discovered. So it was discovered by air, okay? They were flying over the area, they seen it. So that tells me that this is probably a fairly remote location. However, it's not so remote that when it was discovered, people became mesmerized and were flocking there and driving there. I believe that was one of the reasons why, these people went in and removed it, was because of the traffic that was generating all of the litter and messes. People were leaving. They were leaving their trash. They were, driving up, and their car tracks were everywhere. So I'm asking myself, okay, is it a difficult place to access? Can you hardly get there, or is it easy and you can drive there and it's easily accessible? I don't know. It seems like it was easily accessible after the monolith was discovered, and people were flocking there by the possible hundreds or thousands even in that small time frame, wanting to catch a glimpse or see this monolith. So I don't know. I'm not from that area. I've never been to Utah, although I would love to go. It's a very beautiful state, but I've never been there, so I don't know what this area looks like. I don't know how easy it is to access this particular spot. And having said that, I don't know how easy it was or how challenging it was to take this 10-foot tall monolith up there and construct it there, or place it there. I don't know. So somebody had to have done it, right? So I don't know. I'm a little bit confused about the area, whether it's accessible, whether it's not accessible. Cars were able to go there, I guess. So were they able to come in at a certain distance? Can you drive up to it maybe within a few miles, and then you have to get out and you have to hike the rest? I'm not sure about that. But we have these web sleuths who are saying that they think it's been there for about 5 years. I don't know if I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Was it there before November 27th? Yeah, I think it probably was. But I think that we're talking not a matter of years. And then on top of that, here's the other thing. In the short amount of time that it was up and people had discovered it, whether it was, maybe less than a week's time, was there any way that you could tell by the exterior of it if there had been any kind of weathering? Could they tell that this thing had been out there for 5 years or 5 days? Is there a difference? Was this the type of material that could weather or show weathering? So, I don't know if they had enough time to do that kind of research or look into that. But I really don't feel like this was something that had been out there for 5 years and not anyone come across it. So I don't know, but that's just a theory that's out there, and I thought I'd mention it. So I'm going to shuffle the cards, and I am going to say this. I do, and I said this in my last video, I do want to eventually have a split screen so that you can see me shuffling and pulling the cards, just for the integrity of it. I do want you guys to be able to see that. I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason why I haven't done that yet is because I don't know how. I don't know how to do it. I am not a technological savvy person. That's quite a feat for me. I do have 3 boys that are more like 3 young men, and they could probably do it for me, but I don't know. I kind of want to do it myself. I want to learn how to do it myself. So I'm in the process of eventually trying to teach myself how to do that. I don't know if I need, I don't know if I need 2 cameras for that. I'm not sure. But I am trying to look into it and see if I can eventually get it that way so that you guys can see the cards as well. I'm just not a technological person. I'm really not. All right. So what do we have? What can we learn about the monoliths? What do we need to know about these monoliths that are coming up? monolith that came up in Utah, California, and Romania. What do we need to know about these monoliths? What do we need to know about these monoliths? I'm desperately trying to keep my video less than an hour tonight because it's becoming ridiculous to try to upload an hour-long video. It takes forever. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Fool. Okay, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, okay, and the Emperor. What is this? 4, 3, that's 12. Okay, so so the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups, the Fool, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Emperor. Okay, so I can tell you straight away, this guy here, he's the one behind it, okay? There is a man, okay, behind these monoliths. I don't know if he's working alone. Let me see, is he working alone? Well, I don't know yet, but I can tell you right now that this man here is the person behind it. So there is a physical, tangible man. It's a human being behind it. I would not say that there's anything extraterrestrial about it. Not that I don't believe in that, because I do believe in other forms of life, but I don't think that that's going on in this case. So I do believe that this is a powerful man, a quite serious man. Okay, this is the Emperor. Okay, so this is that boss of the boss. Okay, kind of person. To me he's the overseer of the kings. The kings are the court cards. Those are high authority cards. This guy here is like their boss. That's the way I look at it. So to me, this is being run by one individual, one powerful individual, for that matter. And then again, the Hierophant. The Hierophant, that's the religion card. You have the leader and you have the followers. Okay, so you have the leader here, and then his two students. Sometimes I get a cult feeling from this card, not always, depending on which deck it's from, which again, I've always said this is why I love to have a variety of decks, because you get a variety of images, which gives you a variety of interpretations, okay? So we've got keys, okay, on the floor, we've got books, we've got, this is outside, so this is close to nature. Again, all these monoliths are found outside nature, but what is getting me here, typically the Hierophant can also sometimes represent marriage, because you think of a preacher and the bride and the groom standing in front of the preacher, or in this case, I'm wondering if there is some religious aspect to this somehow, and if there is a leader, okay, and his followers behind this. Okay, I don't know what it would be, but and there's a lot of the Six of Cups is my nostalgic card, or it's a kind of like an exchange, a gift exchange card, or a giving, okay? So, this is a gift, an exchange of something, giving something. Let me hold off on that one and come back. We do have We do have the Three of Wands. Okay. So in a typical traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, this man is very similar to this. He is standing on the shoreline. He's he's facing away from us. He's looking at his ships, and this is typically a deck of, or not a deck, this is a card of exploration. It's like he's either sending his ships out to explore, or he is, you know, waiting to receive his, you know, ships returning and trying to see what they have for him as far as information. So this is kind of like looking out, trying, you know, I mean, this right here is, you know, he's looking through his spyglass or his telescope, and he's got his lights, and he's really focused. And I almost kind of get a feeling that this person, whoever this person is behind this, is really enjoying watching everything that is happening around the monolith. Okay, so, you know, all the excitement, all of the traffic, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a person that is around. You know how they say, and I don't want to even make this comparison, but you know how they say sometimes, you know, when a crime takes place and you have a group of people, you know, standing by, the watchers just kind of standing by on the sidewalk wanting to see what's happening. Oftentimes the police officers will tell you that the person who committed the crime, the perpetrator, is often in that group of people. So I'm kind of wondering if he's not around somewhere. Now, having said that, though, we have one in Utah, one in Southern California, and one in Romania. So that means that this person would have to travel, right? Or he would have other people working for him. But I do believe that he is watching from a distance, and he is, you know, very interested in the response that it's receiving, I think. That's interesting. Now, I am going to say this. I've been looking and glancing at this Ace of Swords. Doesn't that look like a monolith, really? That's, again, why I chose this deck in particular, because of the steampunk type nature of it and the monolith itself. You know, if there's anything that looks or represents the shape and style of the monolith, it is this card, this Ace of Swords. So, you know, aces are beginnings, they're creations, they're the new, I call them those light bulb moments where that new idea pops into your head and you're just like, oh my God, that's, how could I never have thought about this before? That's great. And then the next step is to, you know, put it into motion, right? And so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the area behind it. I'm looking at the wall. It looks like it's in some, you know, basement or workroom or tool room. You know, it kind of reminds me of my own father's, you know, space where he kept all of his tools, and it was like his workroom area. And so that's kind of, it looks like it could be in a basement. You've got the pipe here up against the wall, but what is really drawing my attention is the blue energy coming from this machine. So again, this would indicate man-made, okay? So this would definitely indicate man-made. So I'm definitely ruling out any kind of, you know, alien, extraterrestrial, any kind of theory, at least for me. You know, I do think that this is something that this person here is behind, this emperor. I think that he's the one that's behind this. Whether he's the one that literally made it or whether he has hired individuals to make it for him, but I do believe that he is behind it. I'm not quite sure the reasoning behind it yet, though, but I'm looking at all that blue energy or that teal or turquoise energy, and it looks like to me it's being put into that sword or that monolith, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm not sure that I would touch it. I'm not sure that I would be one to go and travel to it and touch it and dismantle it and take it out of there. I don't know. You know, I wonder now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if the 4 men who dismantled it in Utah, the ones who supposedly took it down for environmental reasons, what did they do with it and where did it go? That could be kind of important information to see if there's any kind of material or anything inside of it, or in the exterior or in the interior. I don't know why they would just take it and take off with it, never to be heard or seen. I don't know, because I think that it would be interesting for someone to research it and check it and see exactly what it's made out of, and if there's anything harmful in it, on it, or around it. I'm looking at that, and I'm wondering, is there something? Is there something? I don't know. I would not. I wouldn't go to it, and I wouldn't touch it, and I wouldn't take pictures around it, because just seeing that blue smoke around that ace is kind of making me wonder what's going on with it. What? I don't know. And here I'm looking at this ace. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and it's very, very similar. Okay, it's not as exact of a match as the Ace of Swords is, but it is long, or it is tall rather. Okay, so you have the pentacle, the hand, the traditional hand, which just basically means that this is a gift from the divine. Okay, it's literally an opportunity being placed in front of you, and it looks like there is a little extension of this mechanism, this machine, or this hand, and it kind of curves up, and there's like a bowl, and there's a beam of light shooting up. Okay, so it's kind of like lots of lights going on. So it's kind of just again, it's that it's that light bulb moment. It's that first inspiration, that idea that's there's something being shown to you. So we've got two creation cards. We have two aces. We have an emperor. I do feel like this is something new. And again, to go with that, we also have the Fool. So the Fool is, of course, we know that the whole tarot deck is based on the Fool. The Fool's journey, which is all of us, right? We're all on a journey. We are here to learn and to live and to experience, and along the way we're going to make mistakes and learn, and how are we going to move forward, and what lessons are we going to learn in life, right? So that's the Fool. The question is on his journey, is he is he overexcited? Is he prepared? Does he know what to expect? Is he packed enough? So what I take from this particular card tonight with this reading is this is a person that is out at night, right? I mean, he's got the stars there, the dark sky. He's on top of a building. He's got his materials. He kind of looks like he's, has no care in the world. And so the Fool, I kind of wonder if, he looks like a chimney cleaner, right? That's what he looks like. He looks like he's on top of the roof of the house, and he's getting ready to clean out the chimney. And so it kind of makes me think of the people who removed the monoliths, at least the two that we know of, and the one in Utah and the one in Southern California. So are these people, ill-prepared for what they've done? Are they, I don't know. Is there something, I don't know. I kind of feel like that Fool is representing the people who went in there and, dismantled these monoliths and removed them. I think that that's a good representation of those individuals, and I don't think that they're expecting or prepared for the consequences of it. Now, this is for entertainment purposes. I have to say that. I always forget to say that, but I'm not accusing anybody, and I'm not saying that this thing or these things are dangerous in any way whatsoever. I'm just saying that I personally wouldn't touch it. Okay, that's my opinion, my thoughts. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't I don't know. I just I don't know. I don't think that it's meant to be played with. I think that it is man-made, and you know, we've got this. I don't know. I wouldn't dispose of it or touch it or dismantle it. Okay, or take pictures near it or climb on it or anything of that nature. That's just me from what the cards are saying tonight. And then we have the Five of Swords. So this is kind of like winning at all costs, okay? You don't care. All the fives in tarot are they're not horrible cards, but they're not great cards, okay? They're, you know, if you pull a five, you're kind of like, ugh, you know, at least I am. So the Five of Swords to me is this person here who has won a dispute, okay, and it doesn't look like these two people are happy to be giving him his swords. It's almost kind of like they look like payment. They look like payment of some sort, like he's going around collecting swords and they're begrudgingly giving their swords to him, okay, even though they don't want to. And so that is kind of where I'm headed with that card. So you know, if we use the theory that this here is a monolith, then these would be monoliths too. And could it be the people taking them, or could it be or is this person here the Emperor? I wonder, I'm going to have to do some more research and see if anything has come of the people who have dismantled these monoliths. Now, I don't know who took it in Romania, but they do, I believe, at least have video of the ones in Utah dismantling and removing it. And I'm wondering if there's been any identification of these four men in Utah or the ones in Southern California. I don't know. I kind of wonder what they've done with it, or what they've done with them. Do they still have possession? Has somebody approached them and asked for it back? Did they dispose of it? Did they what did they do with it? I think that this person, okay, whether it's two people or whether it's one person, I feel like it's one person. I think that this person here knows exactly who took it and where they took it. I think that this person is always watching that area, and I think that this person is aware of probably who took it, and I would not want to be that person. I'm just saying that. I don't know. And there is some, okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is, you know, financial balance, money coming in, money going out. You know, so this is kind of, you know, money is, or pentacles are associated with earth. Earth is materialism, finances, money, health, you know, anything of that sort, material possessions. And so, you know, with the Ace and the 2, and we also have the 9, and we have the 7 of Pentacles, there is some aspect of money. There's some money here somewhere. You know, if I had the 6 of Pentacles, I would have said that there's a money exchange, but I don't have that one. But there is some money involved, and the 9 of Pentacles, you know, that is usually, you know, that to me is somebody who has worked hard and has, you know, put in all these years of hard work and effort, and you know, this is this is affluence that they created themselves through hard work, and now are able to sit back and enjoy the, you know, fruits of their labor, sort of a card, okay? In this particular case, in this particular case, what I'm drawn to are the two trees in the background. Again, I'm looking at these because of the shape of the monoliths, and so I'm now beginning to wonder or ask myself if there's a female involved. Okay, so is there somebody working with this guy? Okay, this emperor. You know, this here would make a nice couple. You have an emperor and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, had I had a queen, I would have definitely have said that, oh, you know what though? Here, I'm looking at it right here, the lovers. The lovers, okay, that makes sense. And look here, you have a structure here, and you have a structure here. You have a structure here, and you have a structure here. So I'm kind of wondering now, do we have some teamwork going between a Mr. and a Mrs.? Are they behind this? That is unbelievable. That, okay. And you know what though, that's the beauty of cards. There's times where I don't use this deck very often, but I've used it enough to know what the images are. I have never noticed the shape of those trees before. That is one thing. I'll look at her dress, I'll look at the gate, I'll look at, you know, everything, but I've never noticed those trees before. And this one here, the lovers, when I pull this card, I've never, you know, looked at the fact that there were two tall structures behind the two people in the card. And look, if you look at those structures, there's light. There's lights in them, okay? That's power, that's energy. That would kind of go with this Ace of Swords, right? There's power and energy being put into this object. What kind of power? What kind of energy? I don't know. I don't think it's just a matter of metal being constructed and placed there for art purposes. I think that there's actually, I don't necessarily know if I'm getting anything sinister per se, but I don't know if I would feel safe touching this object, okay? Yeah, okay, what have I missed? Okay, so I've got the Hierophant. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. So I have the Seven of Pentacles. This is kind of a reflection card, going back over, crossing all your T's and dotting your I's and making sure you have everything, you know, the way it's supposed to be. And so I do feel like this could be the Emperor, the person behind it, or it could be someone else. I do feel like there is a collaboration between people. You know, there's work being done. There's I don't know. I do feel like this is a group effort of something, and I don't know what it's for. But there's somebody overseeing it. This is like an overseer. This is like the boss. This is the guy coming back and saying, okay, yeah, you did a good job. Now let's get the next one out. That's kind of how I feel about this card. Let me just pull a couple more from this deck before I go to the Everyday Witches Tarot. Actually, maybe I should just skip the Everyday Witches Tarot because I'm already at 38 minutes. God. Ugh. I'm so sorry that I make my videos so long, guys. Okay, so the Three of Cups fell out. Okay, so we've got that. All right, what is the purpose? Well, no, let me ask, are these monoliths dangerous? Is there anything dangerous about the monoliths that are popping up? Anything dangerous? The Ace of Cups. The Two of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Cups. So, I pulled 5 cards and 4 of them are cups. No, sorry, 3 of them are cups. The Ace of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. I'm actually starting to feel like there's more than one woman involved. That there are, you know, at least 3 people involved in this, and possibly a married couple, a couple. At the very least, a male and a woman, possibly a male and 2 women. I do believe that there's some female presence with these monoliths that are coming up. And I do believe that they are kind of proud of themselves. They're, you know, celebrating, you know, and one thing I'm noticing on the table right now is that crystal ball. You know, so what do you do with a crystal ball? You use it for divination, right? You stare into it hoping to see an image or be able to foretell the future or see something, right? So you're staring into it, you're focusing, you're watching it, you're looking, and I do believe that is indicative of what these people are doing. I think that they're watching the results of it. They are enjoying. I mean, they're literally you know, I think that I could, you know, really see them sitting back and having a drink and watching the news and reading articles and watching videos like this, and it's garnering attention, and I think that they like that, okay? And I do think that they are watching, okay, because this here tells me, you know, whoever is behind this, and look at this. This is the 3. This is 3. This is the 5 of Swords, but there's 5 swords, but 3 people. So this is 3 people, okay? This is 3 people, leader and followers. So maybe not so much this has to do with religion, but more a leader and followers. I think that there's a leader and follower. So I'm not picking up anything else religious per se, but I am getting 3 people and a leader and followers. And then, of course, we have this couple. So there's quite a bit going on with 3 people and 3 figures. I am beginning to think that there are 3 people involved in the creation and the placement of these monoliths. And I think that a couple of them are some women. A couple of women, because we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so 2 powerful women here. And again, we have, oh my God, okay, you know what? We have 3 aces in this pull. I have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles right here. I have 3 aces, the Ace of Cups, okay, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This one here is the one that bothers me because of the energy that's going into this. And you know, energy could be essence. It could be just the energy, the passion put into it. And I would normally kind of lean that way if this were anything else. If I pulled this for a person, I would simply say that there is, you know, this great inner desire to put something into fruition or action. But in this case, I'm taking it as a literal energy or substance put into this item, and that's just how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. And I literally do. You know, the Ace of Cups, I like this particular Ace of Cups because of the symbol of the peace symbol with the bird, with the dove. I think it's a dove, but it's a peace symbol, and life and abundance. So, you know, that kind of makes me feel a little bit better. But I don't know, there's something going on. Okay, I'm at 44 minutes. I'm wondering if I should just skip the Everyday Witches Tarot and keep going with this deck, because I do feel like this is man-made. I do feel like it's a group of people. There's some women involved. I want to know if this monolith or any of these monoliths, are they dangerous? Are they dangerous for people? Are they dangerous? Temperance. The Five of Pentacles. Judgment. The Four of Swords. The Ten of Swords. The Five of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so how many fives does that put us up to? We have 1, 2. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles, this is financial hardship. Or it can be physical hardship. Is this something that's gonna, I don't know, I'm a little bit torn on this one. I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, did somebody get into this for some sort of financial gain? Is somebody, trying to make a buck because they're going through a hard time financially? Or is this something that could cause, because I always say that pentacles could be material possessions, money, or health. And so now that I've got this idea in my mind based off of that Ace of Swords, that there is something somewhat dangerous about this monolith, or these monoliths rather. And so I'm wondering if they could potentially cause some health issues. That's kind of where I'm leaning with this card. I really do wonder if there's some consequences to touching this material. And if there is, then I do feel like the person or the people behind it, again, we've got 3 people in the card, right? In this card here. So, I do feel like this is a card saying that, their time will come, okay? If somebody created these things to harm people, rest assured that, karma is going to make its way around, okay? That's how I look at this card. And so the fact that this came out, it's like a karma card, that, okay, that means that maybe someone did something that wasn't a good thing to do. So just the fact that this comes up, because my question was, are these monoliths harmful? So I've got this one, and I've got the Five of Pentacles, okay? So, not looking so good so far. And then I've got the Five of Wands. Again, fives in tarot are not the best cards to get. It's usually bickering, chaos, competition, fighting, that sort of thing. This is almost like a, looks like, well, what is it here? Yeah, just kind of like a group of individuals fighting, but when I looked closer, it looks like this person here, even though this is a person wearing a suit, it actually does look like a female in the face. So is there a fight? Is there disagreements within this group? Okay, do they disagree on how to go further, or what to do next? Maybe they're not all getting along right now. So there could be some issues there. Maybe there's going to be a break in between any, because I'm kind of curious to know if any more are going to appear. And this Four of Swords kind of makes me feel like they're taking a break. I mean, there's a clock right here. There's the hourglass, and this is kind of like that that white flag moment where you kind of, say, I'm done. I'm laying my swords down. I'm not fighting anymore. And so, it doesn't make me feel like they're done forever, because they do have a watch or a clock and an hourglass. And In a traditional tarot deck, this man is usually laying on his back and both of his hands are placed above his chest like a permanent resting position. In this particular card, it is not. He still has one sword, so that tells me that he's not done completely, but he is taking a break. He's taking a pause. So this makes me wonder if there are more monoliths to come in the future, but not right yet. Maybe they're taking a break, maybe they're pausing, I don't know, maybe they're even fighting amongst each other, because I do feel like this is a group of individuals that are doing this. I don't think that there's any aliens or anything you know, along those lines. Like I said, I do believe in that stuff, but I don't think that's the case with this one. And I kind of have to wonder if there's some sort of ill intent or some sort of malice behind it, because I do get the feeling that there's something. Where'd my Five of Pentacles go? Where's my Five of Pentacles? I got so many cards. Oh, over here. So I do kind of get the feeling, I just again asked, okay, if this is dangerous. And then I pulled this, the Five of Pentacles, which to me could mean health consequences, okay? Karma. So not a good answer to that question. And then to make it worse, we have the Ten of Swords. Look at all that fire behind. Look at all that smoke and fire, that dark smoke. That is a scary answer to my question. Are the monoliths dangerous in any way whatsoever? And you know, Five of Pentacles, Judgment, okay, and the Ten of Swords pop out. I don't know. This to me, there's I think there's going to be more that come out. I do think that more are going to come out. I don't know when. I don't think it's going to be right away. If one comes out in the next day or two, I'd be kind of surprised, because I do think based off of that Four of Swords, they're going to take a break. But and I do think it's the same group of people that are in charge of all of them. And I think that there is communication and collaboration amongst them. I think they could be possibly spread apart. You know, one might live in the Romanian area, one might live in Utah. And, you know, Utah and Southern California aren't too far away from one another. I'm not from the West Coast or anything. I'm from the Midwest. And so I don't know how, you know, far those two states are from one another as far as travel time, but they're not that far apart, okay? You know, so could one travel in there, you know, within a day's time to get there? I don't know. You know, I don't know if it takes a day, a weekend, or whatever, but they're not that far apart. And I do believe that these people are spread apart in these areas, and they are collaborating and working with each other, okay? So so that's not a good card. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles, we have a tarot reader. Did we not have in the Three of Cups, we had a crystal ball. So in the Three of Cups, we have a crystal ball, and in the Ten of Pentacles, we have a tarot reader. And then we have this woman here, right? The tarot reader herself. It's like she's watching. She's watching through a window. She's watching this scene, okay? Or she sees this scene. Now in this case, the little boy, sees her. But remember I said, I do feel like they are watching. Remember I said that? Where did my other card go? Where's that Three of Wands? Okay, this is a person, I think that they're definitely watching the outcome of the placement of these monoliths. Okay, so they are definitely watching the people that are going there. They're watching, I think, the news and the reports on it. They could potentially be watching things like this with the videos on it, the tarot readings, psychic readings. I do think that they are, just they're paying attention to everything, and I think that they're paying attention definitely to the people who go there and travel there, and especially to the people who have removed it and taken it down. That would worry me. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. Let me move my cards out of the way, and I'm at 54 minutes, so I'm probably not going to get to my Everyday Witches Tarot, but I am going to pull just a couple more cards just to see what else we can get. What's a final ending that we can close on as far as the monoliths are concerned. Death. Seven of Swords. Page of Swords. The Knight of Wands. The Empress. All right, so where'd my Emperor go? We've got the Empress and the Emperor. So I did say earlier on in the video that I do kind of feel like this is a husband and wife team or a partnership of some sort. Very powerful individuals. Very powerful individuals. I do think that I am definitely sticking with the couple theory. If you look at the Empress card up close and you look at the power coming from the palm of her hand, this is a very powerful woman, okay? This is somebody who, you know, a lot of energy in these cards as far as like the depiction of energy. You know, we've got energy coming from her hand. We've got energy coming from that machine to the sword. And then we've got another clock. There's something to do with time because we've got three forms of telling time. We have a clock here, we have a clock here, and we have the hourglass here. So there's something going on with time. What's going on with the time? Something going on with that. I would venture to say that there's going to be more monoliths popping up eventually. I don't know if it's going to be right now, but I do think that there's definitely some more maybe in the works. And then, of course, a very interesting card, an appropriate card for this reading is the Seven of Swords. That's a thievery card. That's sneaking away in the middle of the night and trying to get away with something and take something that doesn't necessarily belong to you. So this could simply just be the people who have dismantled and taken these monoliths down. Okay, so this could be them coming in the middle of the night and taking something that doesn't belong to them. So I kind of feel like that's where I'm leaning on it. But look at that eye. Look at that eye staring right at them. I do feel like they are being watched. I do feel like the people who have taken these things down, you know, whoever is behind this powerful couple, this power couple, this emperor and empress, I think that they know probably who has done it and who has removed it and maybe even where it is. I do think that they have their eyes on the location of this. I don't think that they, you know, randomly put these things out there just for art and don't pay attention. I think that they're watching and they know who went in and touched it and moved it, and they know. I feel like they know. with that eye, okay, that evil eye right there, okay, they know. And then we have death. So death, 13, transformation. This is not a literal death. This is a figurative death, a metaphoric death. This is something has to, die and allow something new to come in and take its place, right? So, I do think that this is going to, I think whenever we find out what exactly these things are, what their purpose is, and who's behind it, I think it's going to be quite, I don't want to say shocking, but it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to change people's perspective on things, change their ideas on things. I don't know. Honestly, I'm a little bit, if something like that popped up in my neck of the woods, I would, my children are a little bit older, so my oldest doesn't even live at home, and so he is a grown adult, and if he wanted to go see something like that, I probably wouldn't be able to stop him, but I would beg him to not go. Okay, I would ask him simply, please, for me, if you need to go and look at it from a distance, but don't interact with it or touch it or bang on it or get too close to it. Just don't. Okay, so that's how I would deal with it if it were around here. I just don't. I'm just getting something off about it. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is, again, it's that undercover kind of sneaky kind of vibe that I'm getting from this woman. It's a female, but she almost is, disguising in a man's outfit. Okay, she's got that long black jacket. It kind of almost reminds me of a cloak, and so I'm. It's almost like she's trying to sneak in the back entrance to some building. It's that sneak card. It's that and I don't get that feeling from a typical Knight of Wands. That's not what I get from a Knight of Wands. This is an action, getting ready to take action. But there's something in the way she's dressed in this particular deck that makes me feel like it's almost a disguise. And so, why do you try to disguise? Why do you try to hide what you look like or who you are? You do that when you're trying to get away with something, right? Or you don't want people to see you. You don't, so I kind of feel like whoever is behind this is clever enough to stay hidden behind it. And then we have the Page of Swords. Okay, this is somebody young. This is somebody adventurous. Somebody willing to take risks. Okay, but sometimes not always, prepared to take those risks. Rather, I don't know who this is. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's the people who have been dismantled. This reading took a completely different turn of what I expected it to go. This has actually, I feel, went more into the concern. I was interested in what these things were and who was behind it. But now it has morphed into, I feel like it's almost a danger to people, and I'm not saying that it is, okay, I'm not, but that's just, if my opinion, I wouldn't go to it, all right, but I have actually changed that interest to being more concerned about the people who have, went to look at it and have dismantled it and removed or have gotten rid of it, and where did it go and what did they do with it. So quite a different outcome that I expected. I'm not saying that those people are in any danger, but I don't know. There's just a feeling that I am getting. And then we have temperance. So this is balance, restoring balance. Was there some sort of balance messed up when they were removed? Did something, but then again, in order for that to happen, it would have been meant to be placed there, and I don't think it was meant to be placed there. I think somebody put it there intentionally with the intention to distract or harm or something. And so I do think that the balance, the tweak of the off balance actually was the monoliths being placed there to begin with. Okay, they were not meant to be there. Okay, so again, we have these pillar-like trees in the background. And this is all here about balance, guys. The land is your consciousness, the water is your subconsciousness, and you've got just that perfect balance and harmony. And I do believe that, you know, these monoliths being placed in these locations affected that balance. Okay, it made it it created imbalance is what it did, and it wasn't right. There's something off about them. I'm just going to pull 2 more cards. I promise. My last 2. The Chariot. The 6 of Swords. So I do think that they will continue to pop up. I really do. This is movement forward. I do think that they're going to continue to pop up. And look at that sky. It's bad enough for her to have an umbrella, right? So you know, that's like dark skies ahead. That's kind of concerning. I hate ending readings on, you know, a negative vibe, but to me this is like heading right into the eye of the storm, right? You know, charging ahead regardless. So I don't know. I feel like they are going to continue to pop up, and I'm not necessarily sure that it's a good thing that they do. I don't think it is. And then we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, you know, the 6 of Swords is usually just, you know, hightailing it out of there, you know, leaving behind what no longer serves you and going towards something better. And so I honestly think that this is a card telling us that we need to leave these things alone, stay away from them. You know, is it serving us in our best interest? I don't think it is. So I would suggest that, you know, if more pop up, you know, I think the best thing to do would just to be, as far as a regular civilian, okay, an average person like you and I would not even pay any attention to it whatsoever. If one popped up in my community, I wouldn't go to it. I wouldn't do anything with it or have anything to do with it. I think that the people who are behind it are very much enjoying the reactions and responses, and I do feel like there is potential for, you know, some form of there's something not right about them, and I've pulled too many cards tonight to indicate something dangerous. The 5 of Pentacles for one, but that Ace of Swords with that blue or that powerful light energy going into the sword in its creation part or in its creation stage is a concern. And I do feel like these people who are behind it, this Emperor and Empress, these 2 powerful people, I don't think that their intentions are pure or good. And so, you know, I think that they're getting the reaction that they are wanting. I would not recommend any person to take it upon themselves to drive 8 hours to go to one of these things and dismantle it and dispose of it. I'm very curious about the 4 men who dismantled it in Utah, because you know, what did they do with it? Where did they put it? Is it, did they cut it up into different pieces and each one of them has it as a souvenir in their house? I don't know. I don't think that you would want something like that in your house or around you. So I would just stay away from it. I don't think that there's any purpose to be around it or go see it or go near it. Besides what we do here on TV is read articles on it or look at pictures on the internet. But that's about as far as I would go. So I might do a part 2 to this. This is very interesting. It didn't take the direction that I expected it to, and so I'm kind of very curious myself. I don't want to drag this video out anymore. It's already 1 hour and 9 minutes long, and so and I really didn't get all of my questions answered. I really do feel like I want to dig deeper into it, and so I think I might do a video again this weekend, just a part 2 to see, and by then we might have more information. Another one may have popped up, and so we could have some more information to work with. But anyway, before I ramble on for another 4 hours, thank you for watching this video, especially if you watched the entire video. I so appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. That helps me so much. And again, if you're interested in a tarot reading, please contact me below. I will be happy to set something up with you. Tarot readings take about an hour. Sorry, that's just the way it is. I'm a slow tarot reader. Sorry, guys. Have a great night. I will see you next time.